Hey guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do kind of like a get ready with me, also a little first impressions type of video because I do have a couple of new drugstore products that I want to kind of try out today, but I didn't really have enough for like a full face first impressions, so I'm just gonna do like a little get ready with me today. So if you guys want to see me test out all these new drugstore products, then just keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to use today is foundation, and for foundation I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Colourpop No Filter foundation. Now I know this has kind of been like a little bit controversial, that some people love it and some people just absolutely really just hate it, but me personally, with my oily skin, I thought that it worked quite nicely, and I didn't even use like a primer or anything like that in my first impressions video, and it worked really well for me. But things work for different people. We all have different skin types and everything, but I liked it nonetheless, and that is what I'm going to use today. Now this foundation claims to be like a natural matte finish, and I feel like it is. It's definitely not like matte, like drying or anything like that, and I feel like it's quite comfortable to wear on the skin, and that's one of the things I really like about it. So I'm just going to finish blending the rest of this out and I'll be right back. So foundation is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with the No Filter concealer. You guys also know that I do really enjoy this concealer. I believe it's like only $6, so really great deal for Colourpop, and I just feel like it's a very nice consistency and blends out very well too, so I really like that, and I just feel like it has a nice finish. But yes, I do know that my face is quite pale right now, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and go in with a lot of bronzer later and fix that. Love the coverage. I really like the concealer and foundation. I just feel like they both have a very nice finish. So lastly, to set the face, I'm going to go in again with the Colourpop No Filter setting powder. Really like this as well. I just don't really care for the packaging. I just feel like it's really tiny. It's definitely not my favorite packaging, but it's okay. I'm willing to excuse it because I like the product, so it's all good. So I'm just going to set the whole face with this. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Essence face palette. It's the Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. Now it just has basically a bronzer, a blush, and this isn't a highlighter. It's more like of a brightening shade underneath the eyes. Now I don't believe that this is new, at least I don't think it is. It's just new to me, and I wanted to use it today because I've never used it on camera. I feel like that's blending out nicely. I'm gonna go in with a little more. For very fair skin tones, I feel like this might be a little bit too dark. However, it's not coming up like super pigmented, which actually is kind of good in this case, because then you can kind of build up the intensity and not just have it be like bam, just a big old blotch of bronzer, So as for blush, I just picked up the Flower Beauty Powder Blush, and this is in the shade Sweet Pea. Oh yeah, wow, those are pigmented for sure. Those are really pretty colors, you guys. I really like this. I think this is so pretty. Now is like the most exciting part of this tutorial. We are gonna go ahead and use the Milani Gilded Desires Eyeshadow Palette. Now look at this, you guys. Woo! Isn't she just so gorgeous? I actually really like Milani shadows, so I cannot wait to use this. So let's go ahead and dig in. So the first shadow I'm going to go ahead and use today is this one right here. I don't believe, oh, this does have names. Okay, so that one is called Crazy for Cocoa, and that honestly looks like the only kind of like transition shade in here, and it's a little bit dark. So hopefully that'll work, but I'm just going to put it right in the crease, buff it out. Wow, these are gorgeous, you guys. Very buildable. Pigment is wonderful. I did pick up a little bit too much just a second ago, and I got a little bit of fallout on the cheekbone, but that's okay. I'm sure we can just wipe it off real quick. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and that is called Sweet as Honey. It is one of the lighter shades in here, and I'm not sure if that's going to work, but I'm going to try to kind of like buff out the edges a little bit with that. See if that helps. And yes, actually that does work quite nicely. So I do think you could wear that or put that shade down first, kind of as a very, very light transition shade. Now these shades are very neutral, so there's only so much that I can do with this look. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this brown shade right here. This is called Would You Join Me? I really, really like this palette so far. Okay, so I'm definitely getting fallout on my cheekbones right here, so I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, and perfect. That wiped everything away, no issues with the fallout. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that dark brown shade and just start putting it like kind of towards the edges of the eye. Alright, so now we have quite a few shimmer shades to work with. We have, looks like 6 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of those. That way you can kind of get an idea. Oh, wow, that was gorgeous. Get an idea of the pigment. And so far these feel really, really nice. Here are these swatches, you guys. They are quite pigmented. Very, very beautiful. Especially love this red shade right here. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade right here, which is called Champagne Wasted. That's very cute. I'm going to go ahead and take that on my finger and just start placing this towards the inner portion of the eye. Wow. This is a really interesting formula because it's like pigmented, but it's also kind of flaky in a way, but not like in a bad way. It's just there's a lot of like loose shadow in there or something. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of that brown shade and just go over the edges again and deepen it up, just because we lost a little bit of color there. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with that first shade we went in with, as well as the darker shade. So I'm gonna take that first shade and just smudge that all over the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with that dark brown shade and just go on the outer edges of the lower lash line. These are so pigmented and so nice, you guys. If you're looking for like an actually really good little eyeshadow palette, face palette from the drugstore, I really recommend this one. I believe it was around like $20, maybe like $19.99 or so. And definitely like get it from Ulta and use your points on it and coupons and stuff, and you can get like a pretty good deal on it because so far it's performing really, really well. So that is pretty much it for the eyes. I really like the eyeshadow palette. I think it works really well. And for eyeliner, I'm just gonna go in with this Essence Super Last Matte Black Eyeliner. Now it's just a liquid liner. It looks like this, and it looks a little bit thick for the upper lash line, but I wanted to try it and see how it would work. I swatched it in Ulta and it's very, very black, so I really liked that. So I'm just gonna throw on some liner and then coat my lashes with the Essence Get Big Lashes. Alright guys, so eyes are done. I really, really like how the eye look turned out. I just feel like it looks so soft and pretty, and the eyeliner, I actually really, really liked it. I thought, even though it was like a little bit thicker, for me, I felt like it was easy to apply, and I felt like it was actually a little bit more precise than like the NYC liquid liner. I definitely like that a lot more, and I bet you it's probably about the same price because I think the Essence one was like $4.99. So definitely a good deal if you're looking for a new liquid liner. So I saved the best for last, and we're gonna go ahead and use the highlighters in this palette. Now this one looks like a very, very frosty white, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that. Definitely the gold, I might mix the two. So I'm just gonna put that on my cheekbones and everywhere else I would highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and test out the gold first, see how that looks. Oh my gosh. Is that not like the prettiest highlight you've ever seen? Woo! Oh my goodness. This is quite beautiful actually. Cupid's bow. Whoa. This highlight is so intense, you guys. And I'll just put like just a tiny bit in the middle of the forehead. Now, since this is pretty gold, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in with the white shade. Just see how that looks on top. Ooh, that's pretty, you guys. Honestly, I'd probably buy this palette just for the highlights. They're that good. The highlights are freaking intense. The shadows are beautiful, had a great formula and blended out beautifully, also very pigmented. The only issue with them is that it does have, you know, fallout and everything, but personally that does not bother me because I can just, you know, flick it away really quick and it's, you know, fine. I don't have anything left underneath there, and if that really bothers you, you can just do your eyes first and then apply your foundation. So honestly, like, the palette, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's so good. And again, this is the Milani Gilded Desires palette. If you have not picked it up, definitely please at least just go to Ulta and like give it a try, swatch it out.